this exercise that we
I also want to say welcome to LB Online TV. I'm Fancy and Fajim. We are here at the LBS as the Liberia broadcasting system to bring you.
Thank you, Bobby Addison. Today is a short meeting. I will read out the agenda. So you won't be afraid I will come in and spend the whole day. Right after this, we'll have our welcome remarks. After welcome remarks, we'll have a briefing on the system repair from the downtown by Buffett Lord. Then after Buffett, we'll have briefing on the current state of affairs at LBS by our Honorable Director General. Following that, we'll have questions and answers, and we have our vote of thanks. So that's our short agenda. We need you to cooperate. How? Let's keep quiet and listen. Every bit of a word that comes from any speaker here is very important. So the best you can do for us is just listen. Time for the question and answers. We'll ask, for those of you that want to ask questions, you'll walk this way and come towards the microphone. We want all our gadgets and the radio to have you capture clearly. So we'll now call on Honorable Thomas Gowa to give us our welcome remarks. I need to reduce the mic.
Thank you. It's okay. All right, so you already are aware of why we are here, like he already said. But to our Honorable DG and the invitee from ISICO, members of the press, our hard-working employees at LBS, and contractors, I want to use this occasion to say thank you very much for attending to this call, for being here, for making your presence felt. At this time, we will be addressing some of the issues that arose over a couple of hours ago that have been affecting our system, both technically and also human resource-wise. So in that light, for us not to delay, I will just say thank you, end it right here, and so that we can give chance for the most important issues to be discussed. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Thomas, our strong administrator. Next on the agenda, just a few days ago, on Tuesday, the 14th, we came to work. I will read from the paper, let me just give we met the television, the switch on. After a few hours, by 9:30, 10 o'clock, the whole station just went blink, the television and our outstation. LBS is broadcasting to the rest of the counties through a satellite. And we have a special equipment called the encoder. And that encoder developed problem the same time the television developed the problem. So our team, the technical team, the dynamic technical team, technical guys stand, all of you, let me see, let me give you guys a hand and plug. All the guys from technical, stand up. These are the best in the Republic of Liberia. These are the best. These are men I call on any time. If I tell these guys we'll stay here at 12, 1, 2 in the morning, they will stay and we'll get results. You can have your seats. So we joined together, we noticed that the main computer that's serving as our main switcher was corrupted. It finally crashed. So fortunately for us, we always have a backup. We reinstall a backup, install the software, the production software, the switcher and everything. Our control room was cool. Later did we know the transmission cable that runs from the transmission room, from the control room to the transmitter room also got broken. So it was just problem upon problems. So we troubleshoot. We later realized that the transmission cable was damaged. So being a tough team, we deployed a mobile transmission system replacing the cable. So we deployed that, and our signal was down to our transmission room. We got in the transmission room, the encoder said, "Can't catch me." it was distorted. All the programs we tried putting in our decoder, everything failed. We had a couple of converters, we tried putting in, everything was declined. So we went out, visited different places, brought in different equipment. By 8:30 last night, we were still fighting on this process. Finally, we got picture in our transmitter. We got picture in the transmitter, we couldn't get sound. It was a tough day. So the team struggled on. The television went through. Bam, substations, no audio. The encoder it went out of programming. So we talked with our service provider in Ghana. We had a lengthy technical conversation, and he logged into our system and reactivated. As I speak to you, our 7 substations around the country are live and broadcasting. So again, I want to say thanks to the technical team and the support of management and everybody. So let's give them a big hand of applause. So the radio and television is positive, it's live and kicking. We are going to cover all our programs, the funeral of the late Prince Johnson, and all of the programs, forthcoming program. So that's a short report. I didn't want to go through the reading, but that's the summary of what we have to present to you. So ladies and gentlemen, that was it. And as I speak to you, we are live on the radio and television. Next on our agenda is the briefing from our Honorable Director General. He wants to address all of the issues, current issues, maybe there are financial issues, all of the issues that have been pending for the employees and the press to hear. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to use this time to welcome to the podium our Honorable Director General, Honorable Eugene Fahngon. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. All my LBS people, where you are at. Employees, let me say this first and foremost, you're all welcome. I can't have to make power, me and power in there tall. I came here to do a piece of job, and my job speaks for myself. So I'm doing my own work. But I want to do something before I start. And it has nothing to do with pinpointing. We just want to see the employees and then see the contractors. So for those of you who are bona fide employees and are being paid by the system, can you stand, please? Press people, y'all sit down. Now, only employees that stand here. Oh, y'all capture the employees. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, also, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Let me see the people that are on contract and are being paid as contractors of this institution. Can you please stand? Give yourselves a round of applause. Gentlemen, look at your contractors. Thank you very much. Does that say we almost have more contractors here than employees? Why is that so? Don't forget, the 19 persons operating in the counties are also contractors. Now we can start. And I can't have to make power. I don't want no confrontation. Straight to the point, no secret in China. I was on the road to Nimba. I got into Nimba and I got information that the night before I left, the system was down. I mean, I thought I'm going to spoil your team, but I thought. People say, well, I'm on TV, I can be shot. But I thought. And thank you very much, Prophet. And you think that a computer contributing to transmission of television and radio signals will just crash, and after the computer crashes and the people fight to replace the computer, the cable is broken, and the people fight to repair the cable, The arm code of 2 fans are destroyed. If anybody here thinks that's a coincidence, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Everything will not just fall in sequence. One can spoil 2, but not 3 or 4. Then that means something's happening around and we need to open our eyes. I like to get to the point of telling you, the employees, as well as the contractors, that LBS belongs to our country. When I came here, I was told that we had 22 contractors, and that included all of our correspondents out there, about 17 of them. And then you had one guy from QuickBook, and another guy, our consultant, and a couple of other people. I was told by the officer in charge that the entire workforce here at the time was about 130, between 120 and 130 employees. And then when you add the appointees like us, will be 135, 145. I asked her, what do you need for a fully functional system? She said we're supposed to be 265. Jesus have mercy. How do we operate a system that is less than half of its human resource capacity? I sprung into work. You saw it for yourselves. I needed all hands on board, and I needed it like yesterday. So, today, I want to provide you with the evidence that you need to be strong as employees. We are not the ones that pay salaries. Who's responsible for LBS salary by law? It's the government, correct? And by law, to you, the members of the press, I will ensure that I show you by law, not by Eugene Fahngon, by law, that I am not responsible for payroll, for salaries. Section 4 is right there. I will show it to you all. Of the law, the act, PRC decree number 20. I know it was mentioned that I use PRC decree all the time. It is the act that created this institution. There is no other act. It is the law. So, the government pays your salary. The CSA determines, and the Ministry of Finance, who makes what? Not me. I don't have access to your payroll, and I don't play with your money or your payroll. Ask the government and the CSA. Therefore, I cannot take contractors and put them on the payroll as was alleged. Mr. Fahngon has started a payroll with a bunch of contractors. No, sir, I don't. It is the government. It is the law. It reads, the Liberian Broadcasting System shall receive 60% salaries and shall be established by the PRC. The remaining 40% to cover operational expenses shall be generated from commercial and other enterprises as may be undertaken by the LBS. So you see, it's not me. But when I came and they told me that we were short-staffed, I then asked, where do we get the people from to fill in the vacancies? To you, the members of the media, it was only then did I find out that the people working here have been working here, some of them for 2 years, some of them for 3 years, some of them for 3.5 years, without pay, without being contracted, without being on payroll. I did not go out looking for employees. I stayed right here and asked. Everyone was in the meeting that day. who all has been here for 3 years. So I'm going to take on the same exercise for you, the members of the media and our colleagues and our friends here to see. Some of you who volunteered for 3 years ago before you were put on a contract, can you stand? If you were here before I met you 2 years, 3 years, 2.5 years, can you stand? Before I put you on the contract. Yeah. They were here. They were working. But they were not getting paid. So let's go to 2 years. Those who were here 2 years before I met you and put you on contract. If you're here, stand up. Or 1 year. Those who were here 1 year. Those who were here 6 months before I got here. And I had to put you on contract. Yeah. Yeah. So, I got 94 contractors as at now. And I pay around, Mr. Controller, can you stand? We pay around $15,000 a month, correct? This is not from the government. This is the 1-2 that we hustle, all of us, as an institution, to keep 94 contractors afloat. You may have your seat. These contractors contribute. I met one contractor here who has been here for almost 5 years. Mr. George, can you stand up? One of the hardest working men you will ever meet in this institution. I met him earning $150. Today, Mr. George earns $250 US. And you know why? He's the guy that controls our electrical works around here. A very hard-working man that deserves better. Y'all don't go now and be hustling the man every morning now. Yeah. I mean, we have to talk some things here though. But you know, Liberians, what I have in my hand is a turnover note from a very distinguished lady, a kind lady that I have known, and a very good person, in my opinion. When I took over here, I took over 9 months ago, March 22nd. Many of you were here. Before I entered my office, I had been in my office 2 weeks before taking over. I went there and I looked and I saw a turnover note on the table. I looked through it, I know what I saw in the turnover note. But when I took over on March 22nd, the turnover note disappeared. I asked the officer in charge, the president of the Human Resource Officer. She told me Madam Liberty had requested it to make some corrections. Well, I asked over and over again. I did not get a turnover note until the date is here. I received it on Monday, May 13, 2024, at the precise time of 5:16 p.m., almost 3 months after I had taken my office. I would like to state, I know I have to address myself to some stuff. When I took over here, and this is the turnover note, so we don't have to, and we say no flower, no noise, no confrontation. It is written by Madam Liberty that she left behind for me $66,571 US. It's right there. She left behind $6,468,586.66. This is not photocopy, this is original. Ladies and gentlemen, with all the contractors, all the developments you see around here, maybe I should put the vehicles. I will show to you the members of the press. When I came here, I met 1 bus and 1 jeep. She said in her note, she left 2 cruisers, one Jeep. But when I entered, one cruiser was already damaged. I met one bus, one Jeep. But today you will count the Jeeps, and you will count the cars, and you will also know where we are. Today, as at now, as I speak to you, with the controller over there behind can verify, and the bank, with all the people I hire, I have paid them every single month. And I have done all this that you see around here. You can go on a tour. As at now, the amount in my Liberian dollar account at LBS to you, the workers, is $12,874,020.45, which is double. And I have only been here 9 months. And I have operated this place. I have paid for everything cash. I don't owe anybody a dime. Not anyone who's traveled with the president as alleged, or anybody, a DSA that has left. That's why I brought the documents to show. It's easy for people to talk. I said to you, the workers, I told you LBS will never be the same. And I mean what I say. I am not joking. Your one bus and your one Jeep count your cars. Your offices are air-cooled. Equipments are in there, paid for. There's nobody running from that security booth to bring message here. They either use the desk phone or they use the handheld radios. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I tell you about the USD. Or I tell you about the USD in our account. Oh, Jesus have mercy. So let's go back. I want the man come in and say, you want to call 12 million Liberian dollars? If I call the US, tell the US here $96,778.64. 9 months when I took over, you say I'm at 66,000. I've done everything around here, me and my team, and I'm tracking 96,000 in my account. You left me with 6 million. I had to repair and hire almost 70 other employees as contractors, and I'm still tracking 12.8 million Liberian dollars in my account. I've given them safety jackets, safety goggles, safety helmets, radio. Well, you need anything. Even the security put now. Come again, princess. Stand up. One of the hardest working person I have in this institution. Give her a hand of applause. Every brand new air conditioners around here, she installs them. She just put one on the security booth. And by tomorrow, George will be putting a 55-inch television in that security booth. We're not playing around here. Thank you, ma'am. I want to say to you, keeping one person for the last, for a reason. We will have people to distract our work. I even saw an attempt to divide us. And that's why members of the press, I asked the employees to stand up. Then I asked the contractors to stand up. You saw it. Can we do anything here without the contractors? It will be difficult if we have to succeed. Can the contractors succeed without the engineers and people who know what they're doing here? We must complement each other. It is a necessity. And I took that burden off the government because we wanted to provide the service that the Liberian people need. I've not been accused ever in my life of corruption. In an institution like this, you say Mr. Fahngon gets $700 United States every week. And he has increased it to $1,500. It means I get allowances of how much? $6,000 a month. LBS that is struggling like this, you will take $6,000 every month for allowance. That allowance. Amen. Why do we do this to each other? When I inherited this place, and the records will show, and I challenge anybody in this institution, BBC paid almost $56,000 in the month of February. Before I took over, the $56,000 disappeared. Less than 1 month. Where were our people who are advocating today? I did not meet that money. When I took over, I was told 3,000 gallons of diesel fuel was put in our tank. 2 weeks before I arrived. And when I arrived, in 2 weeks, the 3,000 gallons leaked out of the tank into the ground. I was informed. I did nothing. But let me assure you, on September 23rd, the record will show, I put 3,000 gallons in that same tank. September 23rd. And was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? 500 gallons was in there because we've been using it. And then Aminata or whoever dumped, correct? Yeah, dumped 3,000 inside. So we got 4,000 in our tank and change right now. Go and knock it. The tank that leaked 3,000 gallons in 2 weeks held 3,000 gallons from September till January 14. This is where we are. This is the place I inherited. This is my struggle and this is my fight. And I will fight with everything I own in me. LBS money will be for LBS, and LBS will never ever be the same. May I address myself? You will be taken on a tour, you will look around, you will see for yourself. Let me say this to all of you, my friends. I see you as my brothers and sisters. For people to say, I send people all of the country, I don't pay them, all the documents right here. We'll show it to the press, we'll not waste time. Is there anybody, including up to Rachel, who traveled with the president recently to Sierra Leone and came back? Is there anyone amongst you who have traveled with the president and not received their money upon return? Please stand up so I can pay you now. Controller, I told you I would ask the question. He brought all his sheets. He brought all his sheets of all the people who signed for the money. I don't owe anybody. Okay. DSAs. When we send you out, you get your DSA. But you know, some people let it go right to Magidi. And you know R2? Then they come to you, what is DSA? When you ask them what happened, go across into Magidi. The rule say when you cross into Magidi, you will get DSA. DSA is daily sustenance allowance. Allows you to pay your hotel and eat food. You go to R2 in 2 hours, you cross the way, you come out here, you say, okay, DSA. I will not do it under no condition. But look at the 2 ladies that went to Buchanan. Are you here? Rachel here and you here. Y'all be my witness. May I will not talk too much. There's any mansion said they could only carry 1 person. Meaning they will find a small DSA, but I want 1 person to go on the bus. They give it to you. Come in, she talk it. So you can eat some. They give it to you. They give to me. And I said, no, y'all two got to go. Y'all two are signed there. So to raise the check, that day before yesterday, it became difficult. So I put my hand in my wallet, and I gave them the $30 a piece. Did I not? And they left and went to Buchanan and they covered the story. Controller, you owe me. Princess, you said you needed iron to put outside around the air condition. And they said no petty cash. That was 4 days ago. I gave you $30, correct? Controller, you owe me. It's going on. Princess said $20 for the lunch again. I don't want to eat. I can go on and on and on. In my life, that you will say 700 US before I say 1,500 every week. What kind of wickedness will I be doing to this country? But I know everybody knows it's not true, so let's not waste our time on it. Insurance. Can any employee stand up and tell me when was the last time LBS had insurance, please? Just for the record, the journalists are here. Big journalists, big press people. When was the last time LBS had insurance? Can anyone tell the press? No secret.
Yes.
In China, please do.
The insurance, the last time there was insurance here.
Health insurance.
Yeah, health insurance.
What year, sir? Huh?
I said the last administration.
What year now, brother?
Before the 2024, we had it do Estelle.
During Estelle time, you had health insurance. With who? Star. Stars. Oh, SARS. Oh, SAAR. SARS. So then, I would like to ask you, what happened to that insurance?
Yeah, let me give you some information. The insurance, when the time came, and they said,
no, you can just go ahead for whether we can hear you. No, go ahead.
We were asked to pay, to renew the insurance. I said they have money to report from our salary. And then we have 13 months here. And they were also looking at the 13-month situation. For if it should be so, they should put $60 because it's a good insurance to augment that so they pay for us. That was manipulated at the end of the day. That was for the renewal of the insurance. Send them. We are dying here, we don't go to hospital. Very terrible because we are enjoying.
That's okay, thank you. You see what I'm talking about. 2021, 2022, whatever. I don't want to know. What I will say to you is this. When I took over, I vowed that we were going to strive to get insurance. That's the reason why I invited Mr. Notu Japa here today. You know why? Because after all of our negotiations last year, at the end of the year, the BPCC people and the auditor there, they say the paperwork must reflect 2025. And that decision must be taken in line with the CSA and the Ministry of Finance, because if you're going to pay not $60, but $10, and it's going to come from your pay, while we match it with another $10, then it has to go through the right procedure, and it has to be 2025. We said, all right. Mr. Procurement, where are you? Is he here?
Going to finance.
Oh, he's going to finance. So he prepared the document for 2025, and I signed the document almost 10 days ago. I am pleased to report to you that Mr. Marco Carr had a meeting with the National Insurance Company under the same document on, I believe, Wednesday or Tuesday. They came on Monday and they came on Wednesday. Hello? Hi. Hello? Hi. No secret in China. They were here on Monday. They were here on Wednesday. They met with Mr. Carr. The insurance you want to finish a person for, who just been around here for 9 months, has done everything by the book and by the paper to give the insurance. This is the thank you I get. And guess what? He's waiting for the report so that we can sign and get you your health insurance. And I am prepared. The money is here. I'm not begging. So let's lay that insurance issue to rest. Now, you talk about 60. Mr. Natu, employees will pay 10, I think we pay 11. LBS will pay half of the amount. And the coverage you will get is second to none in this republic. And we are committed. Our own money ready. But your own half, because you are an employee and the government pay your salary, it has to go through the paperwork for when your salary is ready, it go to them. Then we write a check and give it to them. We are running an institution, not a cardboard ban. Everything has to be done with paper. It is the rule of law. Another issue that came out has to do with, I think with the DSA, I think with the other one, the facts are there, we not provide all the facts. The canteen. We had a meeting, me and them, in my office. And I made it clear, and to some of you know, that we will run this canteen for 2 months as LBS. Now Eugene Fahngon went putting money there. No. I'm not putting fancy inside. But I will use the entity's money to make sure that all of you get the quality of service that you deserve as an employee. Eat good food, drink good drinks, pay less money. That's my goal. You cannot run an institution like this and not give beer factory advertisement in exchange for cheap beer. I want you to pay as low as probably $175 for beer. If possible, $150. I want to go to the Coca-Cola factory and say my people will promote your products. Sell it to us for cheap at our canteen. Stout. I will tell the stout people will promote Guinness. They are a certain quantity as part of the deal. And you will drink Guinness for cheap. I want to go to Aqua Water and Bravo Water and all the other water companies and tell them we'll run your promotions. We'll play your jingles. You gave us water. That's what I'm talking about. Another issue I want to address. So that canteen issue, unless Joseph Baga takes me away from here, I will set the stage for how we want the canteen to run. And we agreed that we will do it for 2 months and turn it over to them, say, take it. But we have shown you how we want to live, what we want to eat, and what we want to drink. You do now have it. As I speak to you, I concluded a deal with LTA. Ever since they gave me $5,000 check, the deal has been consummated. I go to any vendor to furnish that canteen, 5,000 United States dollars, and they will pay. Give yourself a round of applause. You will sit on good chairs. As I speak to you, work is on. They're building the kitchen. Star, are you there? This is our civil engineer right there. Is the kitchen being built? All the materials paid for. The casting of that place, all is paid for, correct? There's no secret in China. I am not playing yet. And all those money came all here a long time before I gave you a balance. So again, I want to say to you, the employees, what else again should I do? Do we eat the money? Do we play around? Some of us make sacrifices. I will say I put up and I say, oh, go there and tell them pay there one time. That when you laugh, Nikita? Because when you stress I am working like this, and nobody can appreciate you. But I want to say to many of you today, I heard on this, Mr. Fahngon, part of the payroll. He's paying people as low as $95. Madam Princess, you used to run the Workers' Union canteen. Can you please stand? My patience. Here you go. I please I love the to my You used to run the Workers' Union canteen. Fahngon was accused of paying people as low as $95. When you work at the Workers' Union canteen, how much did you make? $7,500, which is $38. That's what she was being paid by the Workers' Union that is accusing me. I told you after the canteen shut down that we needed you to continue to cook for us, correct? But we will hire you and you will do little jobs around here until the canteen opened. How much have I been paying you since that day? $125 United States dollars. Thank you. I'm not here to blow my trumpet. I'm here by the grace of God to do what is right. And to do right by the man who sent me here. I would have think that people will be striking for salaries. No. I would think that people will be angry for not being paid on time. But nobody can tell me I owe them. Nobody can tell me this place is useless, unclean, and untidy. Nobody can tell me that the workers are stressed. Look at me, look at me. Refrigerator, cold air condition, plenty flat screen. You get laughing all day. For the first time, IAA used to be in that Juba place. They up there enjoying real cozy life. Usher and her team up there, go and look in their place. The TV reporter room, there was no television there, no air condition, no refrigerator. Look, we care why they will give up. The people say I got a technician. And when they go play, I say, that technician play. We have to revamp that whole era, that fun. But I make fun of it because it cheers me on to continue working. And working hard for the Liberian people. And making sure that the funds are used for the purpose intended. I learned one secret here. DG say you've been here, whenever they say journalists, I really want to go. None of my deputies have gone to any country to cover anything, and they will never go to any country under my directorship. It will be the reporters and the journalists that will fly that aircraft. That's their job. The reforms area will continue. And everything you need to know about LBS, come, we have nothing to hide. And I want to say to you, the brave workers today, I noticed one thing at the press conference yesterday. All of the reporters, they are your thing like this. All of you who watch it, I couldn't see everybody. I was looking for my workers to see how hard they were. But today, journalists can see the workers. And God's willing, LBS will never be the same. I look forward to the day, as I speak to you, our hard-working team is trying to make sure by the end of February, you can watch LNTV on your phone. Right now, the online radio is not the best. They're working on it. As I speak to you, by the end of February, we are moving into a 24-hour service. That means radio and television will be on 24/7. Agostin Behe Ngafon has given us $250,000 United States dollars more to expand TV to 5 counties. I received a letter today that equipment will be bought at the cost of $130,000 to boost what we do. I have a report to make to the Liberian people, but bear with me. I'm only 9 months old here. And in 9 months, I've hired 70 more people, double what I met here, and improve the system. That's the debate I want. You gave me $6 billion when you left. In 9 months, I produced 12 million, 12.8. You left 66,000. I gave you 96 as at now. You left me with a facility like this. I've transformed the place. Before I take your questions, please bear with me. 30 seconds. I came with a short prepared text because I feel if I don't do this, I'll be doing injustice. I didn't come here to fight anybody. In the coming days, I invite the workers' union along with some of the prominent, that I call prominent employees, to sit down and have a conversation with them. My goal, you are clapping, but my goal is to ask them, what do you really want? After everything I said, what do you really want? If there is a canteen, I swear by anything sacred, we will determine the kind of canteen we want here for 2 months before we turn it over. And nobody working in my canteen will make 7,500 Liberian dollars. Never going to happen. Not under my watch. The other lady is sitting there. She's already on salary. We will run it first. I've already bought 2 big smart TV, correct?
Yeah.
For the canteen. By next week, the air conditions will be bought. All offices in the back, resource center will be furnished. Internet and everything will be paid for. I did not come here to play, and I'm not playing. My response to the malicious campaign against me and the progress of the Liberian broadcasting system, fellow Liberians. I address you today not in despair, but with unwavering resolve to confront the baseless attacks against my leadership and the Liberian broadcasting system. These efforts to discredit me are nothing more than a calculated attempt to hold back the forward progress of LBS and, by extension, the transformative agenda of the Unity Party-led government under the astute leadership of President Joseph Numa Boakai. Let us be clear. The individuals behind this smear campaign are not driven by love for Liberia or its people. Their sole objective is personal gain, achieved by undermining institutions that serve the greater good. They sow division and manufacture controversy to distract from the government's progress. Their target today is LBS because they recognize its critical role in amplifying the voices of the people and highlighting the government's achievements. These detractors are entrenched in both internal and external circles. Some masquerade as defenders of public interests, while their actions reveal them as agents of regression and retrogression. Their history is littered with questionable deeds, yet they audaciously claim moral authority. They exploit public platforms to manipulate narratives, tarnish reputations, and push selfish agendas. Let me categorically state, they do not determine who serve this government or how we fulfill our mandate to the Liberian people. Under my leadership, we have begun the difficult but necessary work of reforming LBS. For too long, it was an institution plagued by inefficiency, mismanagement, and misuse of public resources. We have ended these practices, cut off the avenues of financial leakage, and redirected resources to make LBS an instrument of truth, service, and national pride. These reforms have upset those who thrive under the old system. Individuals who now peddle and unfounded accusations. Because their personal interests have been threatened. To the Union President and others who have accused me of wrongdoing, I challenge you, present your evidence. Baseless claims and empty rhetoric will not distract the Liberian people from the truth. The old system of entitlement is gone. We now operate on principles of accountability, transparency, and service. If the resistance stems from discomfort with these changes, then it speaks volumes about your motives. Fellow citizens, my allegiance is to the vision of President Boakai and the aspiration of the Liberian people. The rescue agenda is a roadmap for transformative change, and we will not be derailed by the schemes of those who fear progress. To those attempting to sabotage this administration by targeting institutions like LBS, know that your actions are not just an attack on me, but on the very future of Liberia. The wrong being done at LBS is for the benefit, being done at LBS is for the benefit of all Liberians. We are creating a system that prioritizes the public good over private greed. An LBS that informs, educates, and outlifts our nation is within reach. And no amount of sabotage or negativity can stop this progress. I urge every Liberian to reject the false narratives and malicious rhetoric being propagated. Trust in the leadership of President Boakai and our collective commitment to build a united and prosperous Liberia. Together we will rise above the distraction and create a Liberia where institutions like LBS reflect the best of who we are as a people. This is a moment of transformation. We will not go back. Liberia is rising, and no detractor will hold us down. Thank you, and may God bless Liberia. May God bless our hard-working people here at LBS. I will now proceed to take your questions.
Okay, so we will entertain a few questions. Let's start with the guest. Yes? Yeah, let's start with the guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My name is Winston Bradley. When the press conference was held yesterday, some of your employees reached out to me. The first thing I did to balance the story, if you can recall, I placed a call to you, and he said he was saying Nimba, we're heading back to town to hold on, and today he was addressing issues. But I'm taking about that you failed to address major issues that have to do with the autocratic style of leadership, which we have failed to address in your entire explanation you just heard. And secondly, as an administrator, when you took over, you discovered BBC deposited some money. Unfortunately, it got missing. What did you do in that direction? 3,000 gallons of fuel got missing. You, as an administrator, what did you do, sir? So please address that concern.
Thank you very much. As I speak to you, there is an active and ongoing audit instituted by the GSC. When you came here, you may have seen a vehicle there. The auditors have been here and they are still here. I wrote requesting an immediate audit, and that was carried out, is being carried out as we speak. They are here since that time and still working. Who's doing that? No, I think it's malfunctioning. Turn the car off. So, we can just take one of the battery pole or what you need to do. Well, you see? So, that's to answer your question. They are here. You saw the vehicle and they are working. All of those have been reported to them. All of the financial malpractices and what have you have been reported to them. They are working as we speak since that time. And they're still working. On the issue of autocratic rule, my friend and dear brother, I don't control who get a news in the newsroom, who they select. I don't control how Star will tell who to live for black or this and that. And most of the decisions taken here were held in a meeting. I'll give you an example. When Mr. Marco Weir was fired here, it wasn't me that went looking for case. It was a case that was brought by his own boss. We went into the investigation with the HR and all other persons present. Okay? HR, every press, everybody was there. Workers Union was present. And the decision to fire Mr. Weir was reached based on Part 10 of the Human Resource Manual, where he admitted to refusing to carry out that function that he was assigned to do by the Deputy Director General. A month later or thereabout, I'm not sure, the Minister of Youth and Sports intervened and they came in the bag. I sent them back to the same person that brought the complaint, and the person wrote it's on file. Mr. Marco Weir wrote it's on file. I called a meeting, everybody came back there and said he should be considered. He was considered. Since I've been here, only one person I fired, and I make no joke of it, when it comes to my work, I don't play. You open up the zinc over the studio, it rained and water went into the place and drenched the whole place. And I come and I wipe the water along with Buffett Law and others. And we ask you to close the place, and you refuse. And 3 days pass, and I meet you dressed in coat suit, Michael Jackson hat in it. My friend, you're supposed to be working, and you dress like this. And the response to me was, they tell you Capitol get dressed. Whoever told you Capitol get dressed? I will never forget that day in my life. And I said to him, if you don't close that place by the evening or tomorrow, I'll fire you. And he dared me, and I fired him. I have no regret whatsoever. They've been trying to talk to me recently. I've been trying to consider. But when it becomes a matter of demand, then I hold my ground. That I fire you because you refuse to perform your function. Those are the answers to your two questions. I do not practice autocratic rule here. There is a complete division of labor.
Okay, so we'll do one in, one out. So look out, let your question be brief, straight to the point. Okay, Victor.
Yes, my name is Victor. What about David Kesley? One of those who stay here now almost as a pioneer for 26 years, and I even want to be retired. I don't have any regret. Mr. DG, want to thank you for all that you have said. And one thing I captured there is your willingness to even have the workers' union leadership with some opinion leader here to have a tete-a-tete. That's in the right direction. If I now say any other thing that I pick up from here, I gave you thumbs up for that. However, I have been a victim of circumstance here because some of us who analyze and we are up to the task, we are schooled, we work here, we are now being distinguished. No day we have been honored for hard work. I don't know, work is defined as moving an object through a distance, but some of us, maybe what we do, people don't understand it, but you will get to know. I served here as acting director for 2 years plus, and when you came and engaged you, Mr. Director General, you did not know whether my situation that I put forth, whether I will even be there or I will have the kind of constellation. It never happened. I had thought it was a day service to me. That's one. But I felt that the seamless trump you have had was the insurance. I enjoy insurance. I think I talk about insurance. There's no record over there that is not even, because we negotiated and we made sure we selected to look at the terms and conditions. The insurance, because people have died here, they shouldn't have died. Some of our colleagues died here, the black cloth is always true. You promise all here faithfully. We are not told that 9 months to pass without having the insurance. Whether it's 100% or whatsoever, because if a healthy nation, healthy people make a healthy nation. So that if the next thing is the communication, if there are bad communication, all these things, don't you think we wouldn't have reached this level? If there are bad communication, having meetings, the regular meetings that you have from your senior management to general staff meetings, we would not have gotten this one. Can you speak to that, please? Why store the meetings? Thank you.
Quickly, there are two things I want to address from the statement. You serve as acting director for 2.5 years. An employee, you see some of the problems? Serving as acting director for 2.5 years. Even what they call a period, the 3 months probation is 3 months. How can you let someone work in a capacity as acting director for 3.5 years and you don't hire them? And poor me who come in 6 months trying to understand the system, you want me to act expeditiously in 6 months for something that did not happen in 2 years. I regret it. I'm going to look into your issue. But again, you cannot blame a man on the job for 6 months for something you did not achieve in 2.5 years. It's unfair to me. Secondly, the issue of the insurance. You may have been here, but perhaps you were not listening. Magoka met the people on Monday and on Wednesday. Today is what day? Friday. What do you want me to communicate to you other than what I just said? Next question.
Yeah. So I'm Francis K.D. Cooper. I report for the Liberian TV. Network. So my concern is this, and many are also been raising said concern. So in your deliberation, you kept saying aye. So viewers have been concerned as to whether you are working here single-handedly or do you have an administration or deputies that actually help you in coordination. Okay, I'm Princess K.D. Cooper, I report for the Liberian TV Network. So many have been concerned with regards to your deliberation. In your expose, you kept saying aye. So the viewers are concerned as to whether you work single-handedly here or you work with your deputies that make things happen or the administrative staff.
You see behind me my deputy. I is reference of the fact that when they give WTG Fahngon, WTG, you call it many. So I'm saying I as in defense of me and my people, because you can't accuse me and leave the other people out. If you say we're doing autocratic rule, they're not autocratic rule. That's why you see them standing behind me. They vote to give you the $50 and 1 bag of rice. Was carried out, Buffalo, correct me if I'm wrong, by the entire team minus one person. They voted to give you all $50 and 1 bag of rice as employees. And to the contractors, $20 and 1 bag of rice. Did you all not get it? Everybody was in that meeting this December to vote. At the end of the day, I was not the one that took that decision. They were inside the meeting proper. And they voted for it. Then they come outside, they act like they clean. I don't, 13 months. All the schools y'all went to in the country, they ever told y'all that 13 months in a year? There's only 12 months in a year. And if somebody should give you 13 months, it should be the government because they pay your salaries. Not me. I don't have anything to do with that. But if the 13 months was a bonus, you got a Christmas bonus of 50 United States dollars and 1 bag of rice from a poor place like LBS. What more? Was it just me? No. Hassan Kiawu was there. Jay Now was there. You were there. You were there. They voted. And they make it sound like, you don't want to get the people this. Forget that story. LBS will never be the same.
Okay. Well, I'll take it back. You gotta be louder, please.
Hey, my friend from Mikati.
Quickly, I'm kind of wondering when we were deliberating how come we have institutions. Come closer. You come closer.
All right. So you have some question. As I listened to you, firstly, I must establish that the atmosphere we saw yesterday when the workers were addressing the press conference, and this atmosphere is two different things. I'm seeing two different atmospheres. That's what I'm say that. But my concern is how is it that we have arrived at a decision where at LBS we have a workforce that have more contractor than employees? And B to that question is, you're painting a picture like everything here is rosy. Yeah? You're scanning people or you're calling witnesses, you put a law who say you're exhibiting, a farm. But then when we want to ask, what is this contention coming from? Do you have any idea what is this thing coming from? That everything is just school, you do everything fine, and that people will get up against you. You have any explanation?
I will just hold it now. Okay. You know, my friend from Mika has been asking questions for long, so you know the good question to ask. You know, yeah. So clearly you can see, my friend and dear brother, that there is a few fingerful of individuals around here bent on causing trouble. They want to cause trouble. Just now before I came here, just 1 hour before I came down here, when I left from here the first time, and I want somebody in this group to say that loud, I left D-Flow in charge. True or false? The second time I left Thomas Gore in charge. This third time on my way to Bassa and Nima, I left Butter Law in charge. I got insulted in the letter for that. If you are a good administrator, you don't do things all by yourself. Sometimes you let the other people do it so that the day you are dead and gone or no way around, they can step up and do it. They would have practiced it. That's good leadership. So I tried to go around everybody. Today I got insulted. The president will receive those communications. The chairman of the board have already received his copies. He's left. On the issue of why do you have so many contractors here today? My dear brother, isn't that the case for which I'm here? I was told we don't have nobody. But then the people I met, they were already working. Where is the language, sign language announcer? I saw him. How long you work here before I met you? 1.5 years, no pay. So therefore I will not call your pay. But I hire him immediately. How can a whole institution like this deprive people with disability from working? Or from getting something? Or from getting the news? I hire him immediately. We have a visually impaired person on the radio. And I have people here with disabilities. And I'll continue to do what is right for my country. And that's why there are so many contractors here, because there were nobody on the payroll doing the work.
Okay, we will have any LBS. Stop. That's what they say, they let us talk. Any LBS.
One major concern.
Okay, no, please. One LBS and one outsider, then we close up for the day. Yes, please come. Come to the mic.
And let me correct something. We have 130 employees. 130 employees. We have 94 contractors. You do the math. And by the time the CSA take them and put them on payroll, that 15,000 will be used to strengthen or to upgrade or to pay some people what they really deserve. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Labin Tududo. I work here as a sign language interpreter. I want to say openly to our DG because in his statement, he openly stated that we are not being appreciated here. I want to say this wholeheartedly. For the day you entered here, as a contractor here, to be a very good person, I want to say thank you. And for any other personal differences that people will have here, I advise that the core, you can find your boss. Maybe other people have personal differences to embarrass the working environment for other people. I think it's wrong. Because thank God that you address the issue, saying that you will call for meeting with them to hear what they really want. Again, Honorable DG, thank you. I'm proud of you being here.
Thank you very much.
One last question. Okay, you go ahead.
So thank you so much.
Question, please.
My name is Archie Boan, and I report for Today Liberia Television. Basically, I have two concerns. One has to do with your weekly allowances.
Pay attention, please.
There have been this allegation that your weekly allowance raised from $750 to $1,500 United States dollars. For the sake of transparency, do you care to tell the public, as you said earlier on, no secret channel, the exact allowance, your weekly exact allowance? And secondly, for what we have observed here from your press conference, that there have not been this weekly acquaintance meeting. For the fact that all of what you have said here seems to be strange to most of those employees and staffers here, for the fact that they are, like stranger to what they are saying. So,
did they say that to you, sir?
For what I'm sensing is that.
Oh, you got a sense of sensing.
So,
the people who hear the accident to talk again, and you say you're sensing, you're sensing.
No, you kept asking for the fact that you say you have 12 millions in our account. Many of them were aware from what I see. So basically, there should be an acquaintance meeting conducted so as to inform those people. Secondly.
Thank you.
The first one will have to do with my allowances. Hey, where the controller? You can't go now. They ask the real question. Where you at? Controller. Where is he? Please come close. The misinformation provided to you, I'm going to provide clarity. The controller is right here. You lie to the Liberian people, they will put you in jail. Up to November, when I took over, what you call it again? Petty cash for this institution. Up to the day I took over, we started going to listen to this, was 500. Every month, 500 for LBS petty cash. At that time, they were about 120, 130 a year. Today, looking at LBS, it's now one bus and one cruiser. It's one bus, 4 cruiser, 1 Pathfinder, 1 this, 1 that, all around the place. Look at this place. Can 500 be a petty cash for a place that now have over 200 staff, and all of this going on? Can 500 make it? No. It was in the month of December that I asked that the petty cash be increased to 1,500. And guess what? They increased it to 1,500. I told him in a letter that 750 will be reserved for the DG and the projects he will undertake in the event they need petty cash for it. But don't give it to me. Keep it. When people like Star and others come for the petty cash, I will send them to you. He agreed. He's standing right here. The first 1,500 in the month of December has been drew down by these people. I never one day saw $1, did I? Did I order 5 cents for the petty cash? Do I know? I won't even talk. Because people will lie on you quickly. This 1,500 was drew down by the same workers. All the media and the money they took. If you want copy, please give the people copy. They're right here. Now, publicly on radio, the Financial Intelligence Unit, the LACC listening. No, but I'm come. Because I want the Mokei to jail one day when you lie. Have you ever given me an allowance, weekly allowance of $700 United States dollars? Have you ever given me a weekly allowance of $1,500 United States dollars? To you, I have never ever in this institution received any allowance. No allowance. And I don't need allowance. I have enough to eat and take care of myself. I don't need allowance, weekly allowance. To carry where? Allowance for wedding. To carry work and go back home, you give me allowance. To do what do we? What's the allowance? They were our lady before I came here. Car allowance, EBC car here. Generator allowance, the small gas they give me, I can't use it. Eating allowance, the Kobo red at 300. Why do I need allowance? We sell for a big right across the road. You want special at 500. Why do I need allowance?
So you do a laba bido too?
I do laba bido because it's sweet more than a BBT there. So that's to answer your question. It is false. It is untrue. And I will never do that to this system. Ever. Thank you. And to you the workers, let's continue to work. LBS will never be the same. And we will take LBS to the next height. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much, Honorable Director General. At this time, we want to thank you all for coming. Our press,
the director of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Honorable Eugene Fahngon, addressing the public pertaining some allegation made against him here in the compound of the LBS. So first of all, please you're watching from this the LBS Online TV. We've been here since day to bring you all of the happiness here from the LBS compound. Thank you for watching. Thank you, I'm Fancy and Sajid.